In the whispers of old Hollywood's silver screen era, the timeless voices of those pint-sized pioneers like Baby Peggy still holler for justice, reminding us folks today to stand up and safeguard the youngins in showbiz before history repeats its dirty tricks. Back in the day, way before Shirley Temple or Judy Garland lit up the marquees, there was this little firecracker named Baby Peggy, blazing a trail as America's first big-time child star. Born Peggy-Jean Montgomery on October 29, 1918, down in sunny San Diego, California, she hit the jackpot early on. Her dad, a rugged ex-cowboy and park ranger turned stunt double for Western kingpin Tom Mix, brought the tot along to Century Studios one fateful afternoon. While hanging around with her mom and a pal, little Peggy caught the eye of director Fred Fishback with her spot-on manners and quick obedience to her pa's commands. Gosh, before you could say action, she landed gigs in short flicks alongside Brownie the Wonder Dog, the studio's four-legged sensation. By 1921, after her debut in Playmates, Peggy inked a sweet deal with the studio, cranking out darn near 150 comedy shorts over the next few years. Come 1923, she jumped ship to Universal Studios, and holy moly, her star shot through the roof. This kid wasn't just acting, she was a one-tot empire, hitting the road for coast-to-coast promo tours and even waving the flag as the official mascot at the 1924 Democratic National Convention, rubbing elbows with big shots like Franklin D. Roosevelt. Her folks saw her as their ticket to the high life, milking her fame for all it was worth in ways that make your blood boil. Peggy's cute mug popped up on magazine covers, charity ads, and endorsements for everything from dolls and purses to jewelry and milk, all before she hit kindergarten age. Her universal paycheck? A whopping $1.5 million a year, which would be like $23.7 million in today's bucks. But heck, as a wee one, she had zero say over the dough. Her parents called the shots. Thanks to Peggy's hard-earned cash, the Montgomery clan lived large. A swanky Beverly Hills mansion with servants, ritzy hotel stays, a $30,000 ride, and limo trips to the set for the tiny tyke. By age 6, she was drowning in over 1 million fan letters. Rumor has it they hired a crew just to sort them. You bet her success sparked envy. Peggy later reckoned it pushed the moms of pals like Shirley Temple and Judy Garland to chase the same spotlight. Garland even had a Baby Peggy doll growing up. But don't get fooled by the glitz. Behind the curtain, it was a real nightmare. As a groundbreaker in the kid star game, Peggy had no safety net. No law shielded these little ones back then. She slogged through 8-hour days, 6 days a week, with zilch for naps or real schooling. Her Baby Peggy image swallowed her real self whole, sparking an identity mess that nearly broke her spirit young. And talk about risky business. She did her own stunts, dodging death in scenes like escaping a blazing room where the door and windowsill went up in flames. Worse yet, she saw downright horrific stuff on set, like an elephant crushing a trainer to smithereens during a routine. Animal cruelty was rampant too, adding to the trauma. Her folks, they blew through her fortune like it was pocket change. Fancy cars, houses, threads, leaving nothing for her future or education. Get this, despite being the family's cash cow, Peggy got just a nickel allowance per vaudeville gig later on. And playtime? Shit, she didn't even know what play meant, having never goofed around like a normal kid. To her, everything was just work. Then bam, her movie rights screeched to a halt in 1925, courtesy of her dad's hot-headed spat with producer Saul Lesser over pay. Lesser yanked their contract and Hollywood blackballed the 7-year-old. Her last flick role was a bit part, and poof, the film gigs dried up. She pivoted to vaudeville, touring relentlessly for 4 grueling years.
Even when tonsillitis or other bugs knocked her flat, her parents pushed her on stage, planting buckets on the wings so she could puke before and after performing. Around then, her granddad swiped most of what was left of her stash. The family's wild spending caught up fast. They ditched the mansion, but it wasn't enough. After the '29 stock crash tanked their Wyoming ranch dreams, they scraped by during the Great Depression, selling up valuables till they were flat broke. With no choice, Peggy hauled back to Tinseltown as a teen, borrowing $300 from a buddy to get there. But the town's vibe had flipped. Talkies ruled, and she wasn't a baby anymore. Scrounging as an extra for peanuts, $3 a day, she rubbed shoulders with faded silent stars in the same boat. Phony gossip about a lousy audition she never even did torpedoed her comeback shots. The school board finally made her hit the books at Lawler Professional School, where she crossed paths with Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland. But home was no picnic. Her parents' bickering over money woes triggered multiple nervous breakdowns. At 17, fed up, she and her sister bolted. Her plight, alongside buddy Jackie Coogan's lawsuit against his folks for squandering his earnings, lit a fire under California lawmakers. In 1939, they passed the Coogan Act, mandating trust for kid actors' paychecks and protecting them from exploitation. Though Peggy never sued her kin, figuring it wouldn't fix squat, her story helped pave the way for safer futures. Hey, if you're fired up about this, why not lend a hand today? Support groups like A Minor Consideration. They're fighting tooth and nail to shield modern child performers from the same old pitfalls. Your voice could make a real difference, you know? As a grown woman, Peggy kept hustling but faced fresh headaches. On sets, sleazy guys hovered, trying creepy moves like neck rubs or whispers. But she outsmarted them. Toting a brainy, highbrow book to work scared the louts off, thinking she was too smart for their nonsense. She snagged some joy amid the chaos, marrying acting aspiring Gordon Ayers after meeting him on a flick. But after a decade, they split, prompting her to convert to Catholicism and rechristen herself Deanna Sarah, later adding Carrie. Acting had always rubbed her wrong. Even as a kid, she loathed it, and as an adult, she downright despised the phony grind. So she ditched the spotlight for regular gigs: switchboard gal, bookstore helper, gift shop boss. Her bookworm side shone through when she launched the greeting card biz in '54 and managed the UC San Diego bookstore in the '60s, all while freelancing articles on history and faith. Love bloomed again in '54 with artist Robert Carey. They had a son and stuck together for decades. Channeling her dad's cowboy yarns, Deanna turned author, dropping The Hollywood Posse in '75, followed by Hollywood Children in '78, dishing the dirt on Kidstar's horrors. Her '96 memoir, What Happened to Baby Peggy, was a real gut spiller, helping her exorcise those old ghosts. She even penned a bio on Coogan, the world's boy king, in 2003, and spotlighted tragedies like her pal Judy Garland's. Embracing her roots, Deanna became a film history buff and activist with A Minor Consideration, speaking at screenings to school folks on the dark side of child fame. She dished eye-opening tales like how stage parents at her talks got prickly when she described the lost toddler fumbling for a studio exit alone. Through it all, this tough cookie turned her scars into smarts, inspiring us old-timers to reflect on resilience and root for the underdogs.
You know, I've been in this business for over 50 years, and the one thing I've learned is that you have to stay true to yourself.